Get a free modem and free desktop security to keep your kids safe online.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month. Call 833-768-4999.
Why do we need all these remotes? I wish our shows were in one place.
Spectrum TV makes it easy to find your favorites. Plus, you'll have access to over 85,000 titles on demand. And with the free Spectrum TV app, you can watch live sports, news, and more on any device, anywhere.
Get Spectrum TV for $49.99 a month. Call 833-768-4999.
I wish we didn't have a
Contract? Granted.
Oh, he's good.
Switch to Spectrum Internet or TV, or get them both for $49.99 a month each, all with no contracts. Call 833-768-4999.
It's your journey. Own it in the Hyundai Santa Fe. The 2022 Santa Fe with complimentary maintenance and America's best warranty. New vehicles arriving daily. Only at your SoCal Hyundai dealer.
Oh, we loved her on last weekend's SNL. Melissa Villasenor joins us live. Plus, some great Mother's Day gift ideas for new moms.
Tomorrow.
Now at 5:30, new attacks and threats from Moscow tonight after 8 weeks of war in Ukraine. Good afternoon. This is the KTLA 5 News at 5:30. I'm Cher Calvin.
And I'm Pedro Rivera. Vladimir Putin is boasting about Russia's new test of an invasive new missile, a provocative warning to the NATO and U.S.
That's right. Meantime, Russian rockets rained down on the eastern flank of Ukraine, as well as the citizens and Ukrainian soldiers holding out in the city of Mariupol.
The U.S. slaps more sanctions on Russia as the humanitarian crisis worsens. Let's get to Rashad Hudson, who has the latest from our Washington, D.C. bureau.
Good evening. The U.S. is slapping even more sanctions on Russia. Today, the Treasury Department sanctioned a Russian bank, and the State Department is restricting the access of about 600 visas. The United Nations says more than 5 million Ukrainians have fled the country since Russia invaded 8 weeks ago.
This is a staggering amount of people that have had to leave their homes, their possessions, in some cases family members behind.
As refugees flow in, Poland is working with its allies, including the United States, to get military supplies across its eastern border into Ukraine.
You have helped the Ukrainian people fight for their country and escape from the horrors of war.
While meeting with Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, Poland's defense minister thanked the U.S. for its military leadership and for standing with its NATO allies. To assist those still trapped in Ukraine, some are calling for a humanitarian corridor to be established, but Secretary of State Antony Blinken isn't sure it will be effective.
What gives pause is the fact that there have been agreements on humanitarian corridors established before that have fallen apart very, very quickly, if not immediately.
And Secretary of State Antony Blinken says the U.S. will assist where it can with setting up a humanitarian corridor. Reporting in Washington, Rashad Hudson, back to you.
Thank you, Rashad. The U.S. Justice Department now says it's prepared to appeal a Florida judge's ruling which ended the mask mandate on public transportation. The CDC issued a statement today in support of the appeal.
This comes as a new poll by Politico shows more than half of Americans support the mask mandate. 84% of the support came from Democrats, while 35% were Republican. And for those who wish to continue wearing their masks, health experts say you will still be protected from the COVID virus, even if no one else is wearing one. Researchers say masks can protect the wearer alone by acting as a barrier between particles and their nose and mouth. They say the level of protection depends on how well your mask fits and how effective the mask material filters out particles that can carry viruses.
Now to this, Netflix takes another huge hit today as the streaming giant stock plunges 35% in the company's worst day since 2004.
And now Netflix's historic fall from grace might even impact California's state pension plan, who owns about $1 billion worth of Netflix. KTLA's David Lazarus has more.
Hey there, Netflix got wiped out on Wall Street today, dropping 35% and losing about $50 billion in market value after yesterday, after the closing bell, the company